And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Friday, February 24th. I am Josh Engleman, here to break down an 8-game NBA slate coming off of last night's, slate, I guess. Stupid Blazers ruined everything. Not that it changes anything for me, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't as fun as I thought it could have been. Whatever. We're on to the next one. That's why we do this every single day. You know what was fun? I'll tell you what it was. Debuted my new No House Advantage video yesterday. 4 for 4. Boom. Big dub. That's 11x your money, I believe, if I'm getting that correct. You know what else is good? It's Prize Picks. Put out the video yesterday. 5 picks. Fred VanVleet scratched. Nothing you could do there. 4-0 on the Prize Picks video. Different picks, too. Just absolutely destroyed yesterday. Absolutely destroyed. So, gotta love it. Make sure you're watching those videos 6 days a week. Prize Picks and No House Advantage. They're both on our Odd Shopper YouTube channel. So check them out, folks. Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody here. It's exciting. Exciting stuff. Can't imagine how much better my night could have gone if Joel Embiid actually made shots from the field. Because he smashed after a while. But it felt like everybody smashed, if we're being honest. I mean, Miles Turner had 40. I don't even think I saw one person mention it. It's insane. Insane. Embiid and Jokic both go for 70. I mean, think about it. Here's the center scores yesterday. Embiid went for 70. Jokic went for 70. Sabonis north of 60. Miles Turner scored 40 real points. Pirtle had 50-something. Walker Kessler smashed 18 boards and 7 blocks. Center's wild, man. Center's wild. Nick Singh. Yeah, I feel like it's weird. Since we went 4-0, I wish that, I'm glad that Fred VanVleet wasn't in it. But at the same time, would have been nice. Would have been nice. Just a crazy day yesterday. Shea smashes on the late night. When I woke up, I opened the box score because I knew Luka nuked that first half, and he was 14 fantasy points shy of hitting the Prize Picks prop. And then I saw his minutes, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty pedestrian stat line now." And ultimately, went for just over 60. But yeah, Sharp was weird. I still played some, obviously, because the Blazers were shorthanded, but I was very surprised to see him not start. That was really weird to me. I had tweeted out the Keon Johnson stuff didn't make a ton of sense to me. I never really expected him to start. I could only find 24 minutes. To me, he was a completely good play just because he had shooting guard, small forward, flat min. He was just going to project well, but I don't know. It was just stuff like that from last night is just less fun. So I'm hoping we don't get anything like that. But for now, we got to get into it. I got a hard out at 7:30. I got to go to the gym. So we got to zip through this one as fast as we can. Shout out to BetMGM for being the sponsor of this show. Definitely want to give them all the platitudes that I can find. We'll make sure to talk about them before we run our crunches. But for now, we got to drink some coffee. So I got my coffee. I hope you guys do as well. It always helps when we do this together. It's rise and grind time, baby. That's what we're here for. Cheers to you guys. This is going to be a great sip of coffee. Let's close out the work week, even though I've only worked 2 days this week. I can feel it just coursing through my veins. It's like the face that in TV shows when you see somebody shoot up and they're just like, no. That's how I feel when I take a sip of my coffee. Now, let's get into it. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Game 1, New York Knicks in Washington. Knicks are 1-point dogs, 224 total. And for the Knicks, we got a Q tag on Mitchell Robinson. No Evan Fournier. I guess that's not going to be all that surprising. I'm guessing Mitchell Robinson is going to play today. It's once he's back, they want him to play. It's a right thumb injury, so I don't think that you find out like that you're questionable. Like you list him as questionable because he hasn't been in, but you know when you're coming back from a right thumb injury. So let's just change up the center minutes for right now, which I think we're going to go do something like, 26-22, Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. Adios to Jericho Sims. I don't really think that I have much else that I want to change here. RJ Barrett, I think, I could probably give him an extra minute. Josh Hart seems to have settled in a little bit lower. Quentin Grimes seems pretty good at 23. 38 for Brunson. 24 for Quickly seems about right. 37 for Randall. 11 for Toppin. Knicks are easy. Yeah, like when it comes to a hand injury, it's just going to be one of those things where like you're kind of, if you've been out this long, it doesn't feel like a situation where like all of a sudden you're like on the fence of playing. He's known he's probably playing today since before the All-Star break. But you also don't just let somebody rip like that. I mean, rates I don't have to change at all here. Although I guess I should probably take a quick look at what Mitchell Robinson's usage rate was while starting. So in games that Mitchell Robinson has started this season, and they don't really have any deviations, and he's not that kind of guy, but I just want to make sure that he has the right usage rate. So come on, run this. There we go. There's the query. Mitchell Robinson has played 1,000 minutes as a starter, basically a 10% usage rate. So let's get that in there so he at least looks okay. And then we're good. Like there's just not much to talk about for the Knicks. We know exactly what the Knicks rotation looks like at this point. Now for the Wizards, we got a Q tag on Bradley Beal. Jordan Goodwin, I guess, got converted to a standard contract. Good for him. I don't know why. I mean, they've got 9 other dudes that play his position, and he's Jordan Goodwin. But, good for him. Congratulations. Get some money. Let's look through this rotation. I'm gonna enter it in from scratch here just to get a feel because I don't have a great feel of Washington right now. So we're gonna get Monty Morris. 27 and then 21 to DeLon Wright. Now, they kind of flip-flopped themselves this past Thursday before the break, but the Tuesday before that, they both played and both played together quite a bit. So, I'm going to take DeLon Wright up to 24, I think. We'll get Daniel Gafford. Minutes have come down quite a bit. We're going to go something like 24 to Gafford, 24 to Porzingis, plus another 8. That lets me go to Kuzma for 35, seems pretty realistic. And then we slot Denny in for, we'll say 25. Now, we also need to get Kendrick Nunn in for very minimal minutes. So I'm going to give Kendrick Nunn whatever is left. Will also allow me to go to, let's see, Kispert getting, Kispert's minutes are just never normal. 24 for Kispert. We're going to go 33 to Bradley Beal. That would leave me 16 for Kendrick Nunn, which feels a tad high. I'm going to go an extra minute to DeLon Wright and go 15 to Nunn. That feels good to me. Now, rates I know I don't have to change. Those guys just stay where they're at. Easy game to project, and it's probably not going to look all that good. So as we look at game number 1, on the Wizards side, there's not really anybody that you should be prioritizing. Like $4,800 Gafford certainly has a ceiling, but we're going to talk about 15 more teams and their centers. Kuzma's the best play at 7,800. I just don't think that everything you see for Washington is going to be a tournament pivot. No priorities. For the Knicks, I mean, it's the same problem I have every day. It's RJ Barrett. Frank, man, glad you were able to get on board. Look, I'm not crazy. People out there will probably promise they're going to just smash all the time. That's not going to happen. But they pay off when they do. I think I'm going to be around 60% winners on Prize Picks, which is a massive number. I know what I'm saying there, but I feel like that is available, particularly with like boosts and free squares and tacos and stuff like that. And if we're hitting 60%, you're going to see a bankroll grow very, very fast. We can run those on a day next week. We can run those calculations and show what 60% winners looks like on Prize Picks, just like over the course of a month or two. Helms, can you do no house advantage? Because we got those as well. Or if you can just sports bet, do that too. Like one of those lanes you're going to be able to drive in. Just don't know which one it is. It's like the HOV lane. Like sometimes you can be in it, and then sometimes you can't. That's a terrible analogy, but it's Friday, and I've had like 2 ounces of coffee. Look, if you want to play RJ Barrett, go for it. Do I think that he's the best play on the Knicks in a GPP? Yes. Should you prioritize Brunson and Randall over him? Yes. Should you prioritize anything from the Knicks? No. Game 2, Cleveland on a back-to-back. Jokic hung quite the stat line on Cleveland yesterday, but Cavs on a back-to-back, 225 total. Cavs actually 1-point dogs here in Atlanta, which I'm not surprised by. Atlanta's sneaky good. And I guess we're getting Joe Prunty as the Atlanta coach, but probably Quinn Snyder shortly. So let's keep your eye on that. Atlanta's going to look a little bit different moving forward and probably a lot better. For the Cavs, we're not changing anything in their rotation. Ricky Rubio is in, so we're going to get Ricky Rubio in, but otherwise, there's nothing here. You know, we're going to give him like 18 minutes or something. We saw Danny Green not play. I assume he plays today. Chetty played a little bit more. Dean Wade played a little bit less. Let's do 10. 9. Yeah, perfect. We're not making any changes to Cleveland. Sean, I don't know what you mean. The payout shift? I don't know if golf is any different. So it's simple-ish. I know 5x off the top of my head. So if you make 5 bets, you can 10x your money if you go 5 of 5. But you also get 2x your money if you go 4 and 1, and you get like 0.8x back if you go 3 and 2. So you get like close to half your money back if you go 3 and 2. And that's where it starts to get a little interesting. But ultimately, that's just like one big calculation where, like, you know, you're just calculating out averages to find like an average line. But I assume every sport is the same for that payout. There's also a breakdown similarly to 6x. I mean, I would not recommend Bovada unless that is your only option. I mean, obviously, if you can sign up at BetMGM, do so. It's not just because they're the sponsor. A free month of Stokastic plus an extra $1,000 in free bets is no joke. But like Bovada's been around forever. They're just not a good book. But they've existed. They used to be Bodog, if that sounds familiar to anybody. But I mean, they've been around for 20 years plus. I used Bodog when I was in high school, if that helps anybody. But don't use it. Use BetMGM. Use your legal mechanisms. If you're not in a legal betting state, go to No House Advantage. Go to Prize Picks. Those are the, like, you're going to have some sort of medium to get most of this done at this point. If your goal is to just like bet on games, you're not going to beat NBA sides and totals and NFL sides and totals. So I would go ahead and skip that. Anyway, Cleveland stays. We go to Atlanta. Yeah. Trob, which I assume is T-Rob. Look, it's Bovada's like about as reputable as you're going to get for random offshore. But like, it shouldn't be a priority for you. If you can get into a legal site, it's just gonna be better off for you. Anyway, Hawks. No John Collins, who's out with a concussion, which is important because we saw Collins out this past Monday, which actually helps us out from a rotation perspective. So we go 35 to Trey, 36 to DeJounte. That all makes sense. 28 to Capella, 20 to Okongwu. That all makes sense. Bogdanovic, I think, certainly gets a bump here. I think we got to take him up to 30 minutes. Just without having... He's so likely to close without John Collins around. Now, we also have the ability for Saddiq Bey to fall into some additional minutes. So let's not forget that. Jalen Johnson is probably just going to become like a standard issue backup. But we're going to give him 14 minutes. I think we got to project Saddiq Bey for something like 24. And that, I'm going to go 16 to Jalen Johnson since that won't actually matter. That'll let me get 19 to AJ Griffin. Ooh, I need 2 more minutes from somewhere. Just going to throw those on to like Trent Forrest or something. I don't think that those 2 minutes are all that important. Rates, as weird as this sounds, I'm guessing rates don't change. Because it's not like John Collins is soaking up usage to begin with. So if I say John Collins off, and then I say 2 of 4 of Bogdanovic, DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, and Hunter. I can't imagine these are going to change all that much. Yeah, Bogdanovic is at like 21% usage. I'm at least going to bump him up. Hunter is the same. DeJounte Murray, basically the same. Saddiq Bey, no idea. Trae Young, same. Yeah, we're not making any real changes. They've already siphoned all of the usage off of John Collins. So as we look at Atlanta, they do stand out a bit. It should come as no surprise that I like DeJounte Murray, but anytime that he's under 8K, he's just going to be a little bit more interesting. He's not as good as Trae, but he gets slept on, and you also buy that extra position, which I think is helpful. But $4,700 Bogdanovic, shooting guard, small forward, looks really good today. And then $5,900 Clint Capella is just going to look good, as is like every other center. So that's Atlanta. And as always, if you want to play Trae Young, always on board with a Trae Young play. On the Cleveland end, Darius Garland, 7,700. Like, he just kind of, I mean, it's weird. Cleveland and Atlanta look identical in this regard. I like the cheaper guard more than I like the more expensive guard. Feel free to play the more expensive guard, but like, it's just going to be more cost efficient to get Garland and DeJounte than it is for Donovan Mitchell and Trae. But the gap between Garland and Mitchell is way closer in real life than the gap is between DeJounte and Trae. Dr. DFS, good morning. Let's go to game 3. Keep it moving. Miami, Milwaukee with a 220 total would normally not look all that great, but since we're going to have no Giannis, that's going to change the game up a little bit. Tyler Hero available. Kyle Lowry still out, but Oladipo's back. Kevin Love is here now, which I guess I need to handle. Get Kevin Love to Miami. Oh, yeah, they signed Cody Zeller, too. Which shouldn't matter, but just, I guess I should say that out loud because it happened. I might be the first person that said it out loud, honestly, because it's Cody Zeller. And it's one of those things where, like, for real, who gives a shit? Helms, just a 10-day. I'm not surprised. Get some floor spacing out there. Test him out. See how he looks. All right, Miami. No Lowry, no Jovic, no Yurtsevin. We're going to scratch some of this rotation at least. Jamari Bouye is gone now. We can 86 him. 36 minutes to Bam. Feels about right. Yeah, 36 minutes to Bam. Backup run to Orlando Robinson. 35 to Gabe Vincent. Have to. 35 to Strus needs to go away. Martin needs to go away. Highsmith needs to go away. We got to get Tyler Hero out there for 35. That allows me to go to Caleb Martin for 28. I wonder if I guess Kevin Love's going to play today. Is he just going to come out and play 20 minutes? Is he going to be the backup center? Is he going to play alongside Bam? Lots of questions here. I'm going to give Kevin Love 20 minutes. I'm going to expect that he just comes out there and does some shit. Now, we'll see if I actually have those minutes when we get to the end of this, but we got to get Oladipo back. And that's where I might actually lose out on some minutes. So I'm going to give 26 to Oladipo. So that only allows me 15 for Strus. And now that I don't agree with. So we definitely need to haircut Kevin Love a bit. Let's get him down to 16. Also going to take Caleb Martin down to 26. You might get a little Jimmy Butler at the 4 again. Actually, I wonder if they cut Orlando Robinson. I'm guessing they do. I think Orlando Robinson's going to go by the wayside. That's where those minutes are going to come from. So let's get Kevin Love as the backup center to Bam, plus a couple minutes alongside each other. That gets me back up to the 28 for Caleb Martin. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. I actually think Haywood Highsmith might stick around. Now, if we get Strus to 24, I don't think they're going to go 8 guys. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, they've been going 9 pretty regularly. Man, that all feels about right. Well, I guess with Gabe Vincent, I could actually discount Gabe Vincent's minutes a bit now that Oladipo is back. So that frees up another 2 minutes. And I'm going to say like Haywood Highsmith probably gets like 1 rotation. Now, rates do have to change because we had no Hero for those past 2 games. I don't know how I'm going to get to 7:30 at the rate that I'm moving, but we'll see how it works out. I do, however... Oh, shit. Oh, it's in front of me. God, guys, I'm stupid. I'm legit dumb. I gotta take my fish oil. I mean, Mark, Kevin Love is going to get some minutes here because that's just how it works. But let's also remember that Kevin Love is one of the few players in the history of the NBA to take a buyout and get more money. Kevin Love is now making more money this season than he would have if he stayed in Cleveland. He made Miami give him a bigger contract than he took for the buyout. That is very, very, very rare. So he also just took a bag. Well, not like a bag, but like a mini bag, like a Birkin. Not a lot of people are going to get that one, I'm guessing. Miami rates. See, that's how I get off track. I need to just learn how to not speak, which is tough. It's tough when speaking is the whole reason this happens. All right, Kyle Lowry off. Then we're going to say Butler, Oladipo, Bam, Hero. 3 or more of those guys on. All right, so Bam usage. Oh man, that is a thin rotation. Let's say at least 2 of those guys on, I guess. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. All right, Bam, 26% usage rate. Put myself on mute from time to time. Probably should. Caleb Martin basically has no usage. Gabe Vincent basically has no usage. Jimmy Butler somehow just doesn't get the bump you would expect. We unlock Max Strus to do very little. Tyler Hero, just himself. Victor Oladipo, 20% usage. Assist rate is the one that I'm actually worried about. Bam doesn't do anything. Vincent doesn't really do anything. Hero stays the same. Oladipo gets the bump. Oh, I gotta enter in Kevin Love's usage, which I'm just going to assume stays about neutral. Yeah, that works. Weird team. Very weird team. Very weird team. All right, so that's going to be Miami. Now we got to go to Milwaukee, and we know we have a lot to walk through here, unfortunately. Connaughton doubtful, Giannis doubtful, Middleton, Crowder, and Portis all available. No Wes Matthews, and now Myers Leonard is here. What a grab bag we're getting here out of Miami, or out of Milwaukee. So we're going to gut that whole rotation. Portis is here. I've got Jay Crowder here. I guess I need to add Myers Leonard too. Is there anybody that I can just... I could sneak him in right here where he belongs, actually. There's no tables on my right. So let's get Myers Leonard in. Now, straight out of the gate, we're going to go Drew Holiday in for, I don't know, 34 minutes. Now the real question is, who starts? I wonder if this is where we is this where Middleton gets released? Or not released, but like... Is this where Middleton starts to matter? Probably is. So we're going to get Grayson Allen then in for his 30. That seems about right. Middleton to, I don't know, 26. And then Portis Lopez. What's Portis out with? Was a knee. So that's a little scary. Not that he's like not going to... I don't think we could project him for like 30 minutes. Let's go 26 to Portis. Go 31 to Brook. Now this is where it starts to get a little complicated. Javon Carter probably going to play something in the like 28 range. And then Joe Ingles seems to be right around 24. I'm going to assume Jay Crowder also comes in at about 24. Leaves me 17 more minutes. Maybe Mamu. Is that where that goes? Does Mamu just play a bunch? Good. He certainly could. Probably Beauchamp. I'm going to give him the Beauchamp. That gets me to 9. Rates obviously change dramatically with no Giannis out there. So let's get Giannis off the floor. Ruh-roh. There we go. All right, Giannis off. And then we're going to say the people that matter most here are going to be Drew, Middleton, Portis. At least one of those guys or two of those guys on the floor. That's not going to be a big enough sample because of Middleton. It'll cover its bases, though. So Portis, no Giannis on the floor, 22.5% usage rate. Brook Lopez obviously doesn't really see a giant change. Grayson Allen, kind of just normal. Javon Carter really just doesn't participate. Drew Holiday, though, 501 minutes with no Giannis on the floor, 31% usage rate. Boom. Chris Middleton has only played 116 minutes this season, 35% usage rate with no Giannis around. So not going to go that crazy, but we're definitely going to bump him up quite a bit. Assist rate has to be massive here for Drew, I'm guessing. Yeah, huge assist rate bump for Drew. Wouldn't be surprised to see Middleton take that bump as well. Carter, yes. Grayson Allen a little bit. And then rebounding should be pretty good for Portis, I'm guessing. Yeah, big time bump for Portis. No Giannis around. Brook Lopez actually gets less rebounds. I wonder if he's just boxing out a lot more. You don't have to do as much. You don't have to box out when Giannis is around, you know? All right, there's Milwaukee. So, wow, I thought it was going to look better. Look, we're playing Drew Holiday today. I don't think that anybody's going to be confused by that. But a matchup against Miami really nerfs you. I think Javon Carter looks okay. I think Chris Middleton looks okay. But Drew Holiday is the piece that you want the most. We're not going to Jay Crowder. We're not going to Bobby Portis, who's already 7,600. That's annoying. So Drew Holiday is the priority. For Miami, it's kind of like everybody looks the same. Kevin Love, though, is the flat 3K power forward center. That's going to be a dice roll. Bam, okay. Tyler Hero's okay. No true priorities from Miami, but you can play sort of any one of their main guys. Tough slate so far through the first 3 games. We got 25 minutes to go. Hit that like button. 5 more games. I got to pick up the pace in an aggressive manner. Charlotte Hornets. Rozier probable, Oubre probable, still no Cody Martin. Bryce McGowan's down to the G League. Book Knight's down as well. So now we need to start projecting these guys a little bit different. So we're going to get LaMelo straight away in for 37 minutes. We're getting Terry Rozier in for probably 35. Wonder if they're gonna go, because Oubre was out with a hand injury. He's probably gonna come off the bench. We get Mark Williams in for 28, and then 20 to Nick Richards. PJ Washington goes in for 34. DSJ is at least going to be the backup point guard. I figure they bring Kelly Oubre along pretty slowly, but Gordon Hayward, 32 minutes seems about right. So now we just need more minutes to DSJ potentially, and then whatever we think Oubre is going to do, and then maybe Svi. So we'll go 18 there. We're going to say 24 to Oubre. 18 for DSJ, 12 for Svi. I like that. And then I think most of these rates are going to be fine. I'm just going to lock Kelly Oubre into 25% usage off the bench. I think that covers me. Oh, no, I got to get Rozier. I forgot Rozier had been out. That's not going to work for us. So, Charlotte. We need Hayward, Oubre, Rozier, LaMelo. 1, 2. Yeah, that'll work. How big is that sample? Oh, big enough. All right, Terry Rozier. It's going to be like a 22% usage guy, which is kind of crazy to think about with all these guys on, but LaMelo is at like 27. Gordon Hayward just doesn't have usage, which is kind of crazy. Kelly Oubre is a 24.5 guy. We still haven't seen this with Mark Williams. Keege is at 18. It really brings down Gordon Hayward. Really brings down Mark Williams as well, but I don't have any other further changes here. Assist rates, I'm guessing, are just sort of the same. Yeah. No real changes there. So that's going to be Charlotte. Great spot, too. I think we're going to be targeting this game. Minnesota. No Karl Anthony Towns still, but otherwise this team is at full strength. So as we look at Minnesota, we're going to go 32 to Gobert. That works. 16 to Naz Reid. That works. We're going to get Kyle Anderson back up to 30. We've got Mike Conley in for 32. Let's say Jordan McLaughlin back up. Got 36 for Ant. 30 for Jaden McDaniels, which I actually think could be 31. And then that just leaves me a very small amount of minutes to split between Jalen Noel and Austin Rivers. And we are going to go 15 and 10. No rate changes for this team. We have nothing to worry about there. I don't know where all the usage goes for these guys, though, because Anthony Edwards just soaks it all up. I pull the rate off of Prince, boom, 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 and boom. All right, that all normalizes. That works. Minnesota, Charlotte. Woo! Folks. We're going big time Minnesota. Anthony Edwards is 9,100. Let us not forget that Anthony Edwards was like 10-5 at one point. We're jamming Anthony Edwards. He's probably the best play on the slate. Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson. We're going to like 2 Minnesota guys in every lineup, and you can get upwards of 3. We're talking really, really good options. Really good options. But Anthony Edwards is the best play on today's slate. I will be surprised if we find something better than that at 9,100. Against Charlotte? Come on. In this economy? On the Hornets end, let's save this file before I go insane. Mark Williams for 6K is still like a totally reasonable dude. If you want to play Ball or Rozier, but like these guys are getting healthy with real NBA players, and the prices just don't reflect that. But get everything you can for the Minnesota starters. By the way, hit that like button. 150 people in the house. We're having fun here today. OKC, back-to-back 8-point dogs in Phoenix, 232 total. Doubtful tag on JRE and Saric, which isn't real. We're not changing our projections for Oklahoma City. This is whatever we had yesterday. So then we go to Phoenix. Oh, shit. Phoenix, Josh Okogie in, Durant close. Campaign questionable is truly not fun. But it was a right foot sprain. That's one that gets it a little squirrely, but we got to project him in. So we actually have to project this whole team once again. Now, the good news is I don't think that there's going to be a lot of ambiguity for this team. We're going to get Chris Paul in for his 33 minutes. And then we're going to get Devin Booker in for 34, 35. I mean, he came back and played 35 on Thursday, so we're going to give him 34. I assume Josh Okogie continues to start. He played 41 minutes this past Thursday. They don't really have a ton of bodies back, so going to say he's playing 32. We're going to get Torrey Craig out there for his 28. And then we'll get DeAndre Ayton out there for his 32. After Ayton, we get, basically Biyombo and Jock Landale. I don't know who they're going to go to. I'm going to split it. Neither one is playable. So that's the helpful part here. But we do need to think about Campaign being back. At the very least, he's going to play the 15 minutes behind Chris Paul. That much we know. Pour one out for Saben Lee. And then, Terrence Ross, I think, is just going to play like 20 minutes. TJ Warren has not gotten the minutes you would totally expect from this team. I think that we're going to get maybe like 18 minutes to Damian Lee and then 12 to TJ Warren. That'll work. Rates I don't have to change. Other than just sort of locking Campaign into his, which I don't even have to do. Rates just stay the same. Are the times different? I see you guys are bitching at me. Look, I grabbed a Basketball Reference schedule like 2 months ago, so sometimes they move these start times around. It's also a low-level priority for today, but I will fix it for right now so that I have it right later. Nets Bulls is not a 10 o'clock start, I'm guessing. Nope, 8 p.m. I will make that change later, actually. But move through that game. Look, I probably like Josh Okogie too much. But at the same time, he's going to look good at 5,200, given his shooting guard small forward eligibility. I don't mind Ayton at 8,100. I don't mind Booker at 8,700. Chris Paul and Torrey Craig are both totally fine, too. Those starting five against OKC for Phoenix, they all look good. OKC doesn't look good at all. Unless somebody gets ruled out here, we're probably not going to prioritize the Thunder. All right, we have 15 minutes. Yikes. Now we're getting to Brooklyn and Chicago. I don't know how I'm not even remotely close today. I do got to start drinking my pre-workout. There we go. All right, Brooklyn. They're at full strength. Yeah, Q-tag on Simmons. Oh, God, what a pussy. I actually don't think there's going to be much to change here. Maybe we go 34 minutes to Dinwiddie. I don't know why they're not playing Seth Curry more. Nick Claxton can get less minutes. We'll go to 28 there. Dorian Finney-Smith's minutes can come down a little bit. I can bump up Cam Thomas. Bump up Cam Johnson as well, who got that bump on Wednesday, even after I'd been projecting him to get that bump for ages. Let's get Bridges up to 35 as well. No real changes here for this Brooklyn team. Good spot against Chicago, too. So for the Bulls, somebody's out. Oh, no, people were out. Now they're not. DeRozan available, Beverly, Caruso, Derek Jones. They signed Terry Taylor. Probably doesn't matter, but could be a Javonte Green replacement. Helm, see you later. So we can get back to normal Chicago, which is going to be like 27 minutes for Ayo Dosunmu. 36 minutes for Levine. 36 minutes for DeRozan. 29 minutes for Patrick Williams. 35 minutes for Vooch. Now that Derek Jones is back, I think we're just going to keep getting Drummond as the backup. We get Derek Jones playing 13. We get Kobe White playing 20. We get Caruso in for 22, 23. Yeah, 23. And then I just have like 8 random minutes. Where do they need to go? Who am I missing? I'm just going to throw them on Dragic for right now. Not so sure it's going to matter. Oh, shit. I forgot they have Pat Bev. Yeah, Pat Bev needs to be a part of this. My bad. Patrick Beverly to the Bulls. That's where those minutes go. Oh, yeah. Russ to the Clippers, too, I guess will help out here. Now, let's work Pat Bev back in. Ooh, who are we going to get less of? That actually might be the end of Derek Jones Jr. They go to DeMar at the 4, particularly against Brooklyn. I think we might start seeing quite a bit less of Dosunmu. We're going to go 18 to Pat Bev. That means I have to free up 10 minutes. We'll take Kobe White down a notch. Take Dosunmu down a notch. We take Caruso down a notch. And then we take Derek Jones down to 9. Oh, I got to grab rates. That's annoying. The only saving grace for having to grab rates for the Bulls is that we know exactly how to do it. Games where DeRozan starts, Vooch starts, Levine starts. Bang, done. Nothing else matters. We're at 7:18. We got some time. We got this. We got this. Let's stir this up again. There we go. Rates. DeMar. 28.5% usage rate. Vooch. 21.5. Patrick Williams. 16. Zach LaVine. 27.6. Yeah, these guys just don't deviate now, which is helpful. Now, for the Bulls, if you're playing anybody, it's DeRozan. That's easy enough. 7,800 small forward, power forward. So he doesn't even have his stupid one position eligibility any longer. I really don't like much else from the Bulls, but clearly Levine and Vooch are always in play. For Brooklyn, get yourself some $7,200 Spencer Dinwiddie for sure. That's a guy that stands out to me. Cam Johnson at 5,200. I still like Claxton even at 28 minutes. We'll see what they're doing with his playing time. And if you want to take a shot on Mikal Bridges, go for it. That one scares me a little bit. But the best thing in this game, I think, is Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm going to knock his usage rate down just a hair. But he's going to look good one way or the other. Yeah, get yourself some Dinwiddie if you can. Not as good as like Anthony Edwards was, but still. All right, Houston, Golden State. Golden State on the back-to-back. Houston 10-point dogs. No KPJ. No Jalen Green. Fucking wolf, man. This Houston team is not good. Not good at all. I thought we had a game where Jalen Green missed recently, but that must have been way longer ago than I thought. And that also had Eric Gordon. Oh, this is not going to be fun to project. I assume we're getting Knicks. But I also don't think we're going to get like a lot of Knicks. We're going to go 20 to Knicks, 33 to Şengün, 33 to Jabari, 33 to Kenyon Martin, 25 to Tate seems fine. We'll probably get Josh Christopher up to 24. We probably get Ty Washington to 24. Garuba back up 20 to Eason. Leaves me 10 extra minutes. That's 10 guys, though. Kaminsky played. What's a Darius Days? What's a Trevor Hudgens? Who are these guys? Who are these strangers that play for Houston? All right, I have 13 minutes left over. Where do those minutes go? Is it like there's no way to have a good feel about Washington versus Christopher versus Knicks. Ugh. Is Jayshawn Tate just going to play a bit more? I guess he's not. Man, it feels like it's going to be Kaminsky. Now, these rates are going to be ultra dumb, but we got to do it anyway. Time is ticking in a way that I don't like. We got to say off Eric Gordon, Jalen Green, KPJ. Do they even have playing time at that point? Yeah. 188 minutes to Josh Christopher. 27% usage rate. All right. Şengün's played 67 minutes without all those guys on the floor. 26% usage rate. Jabari Smith gets a little bit of a bump. Jayshawn Tate. Little bit of a bump. Kmart stays the same. Wild. Any bump to the assist rate for Şengün? Not really. Jabari, no. No. Josh Christopher does, though. This Houston team is going to be a disaster. Now, we got Golden State on the back-to-back. I'm going to assume that they just look like they did yesterday. The only thing that matters here for Golden State is the fact that they didn't start Looney against the Lakers, which was really weird to me. So if they're not starting Looney, then he's got to come down in minutes. Minga got, I don't know, starter run, could have been in a blowout. Who the hell knows? So we're going to take him up to 25. We'll bump Ty Jerome up. Nope, I'm already at critical mass. Moody didn't play. So we'll get Ty Jerome up to 20. That'll let me bring Moody down to a reasonable 9. Anthony Lamb could have been interesting yesterday, just wasn't. So for Houston, you're playing all of the Şengün that you can find at 7,500. You're playing quite a bit of Josh Christopher. Shooting guard, small forward, 24 minutes, 3,300. Jabari Smith looks really good. Jayshawn Tate looks solid. Ty Washington looks solid. Tari Eason's worth a look. You got to get to Houston today, unfortunately. But Şengün and Josh Christopher, in my eyes, are the two best options you can get here. And, they're big-time options. For Golden State, 8,300 for Poole plays. How big of a price cut did he take? Wasn't he in the 9s yesterday? Was he 9,100? Am I thinking about that right? Or 9,300? Either way, Jordan Poole is very viable, 8,300 against this Rockets garbage. And if you want to take a shot on the Kuminga value, by all means, go for it. One game to go, 157 people in the house. Hit that like button. Final game, Sacramento Kings. We're in luck. Back-to-back, taking on the Clippers. We're not making any changes to the Kings. That is incredibly helpful for us on the back-to-back. So we'll go straight to the Clippers. But now we got to integrate Russell Westbrook. And that is the pain in the dinger. So let's gut this rotation. And I think Zubats is out as well, which is Mason Plumlee's show today, I guess. Yeah, Zubats out, calf strain. Norm Powell's available. I assume we're going to get Mason Plumlee here. Said no one ever confidently. Yeah, I think we're going to get 28 minutes or 27 minutes out of Mason Plumlee. So let's do that. I think we're going to get the 28 minutes that we've been seeing out of Russ. We're going to get 24 out of Terrence Mann, I reckon. We'll get 35 out of Kawhi. We're going to get 34 out of Paul George. I think Norm Powell comes back into his 24. Oh, yeah, we got Eric Gordon now. I think Eric Gordon's probably going to get about 20. Marcus Morris is probably in for 28. And then probably something like Batum and nobody else. Spill over to Covington. I actually don't think I have to change Clippers rates all that much. I don't really know how they're going to integrate some of these guys. And Russ obviously complicates matters greatly. I think we're fine there, though. I got to lock Plumlee in, and I got to lock Terrence Mann in. I'm not going to get to Gordon, and that's fine. I'm not going to get to Batum, and that's fine. So the Clippers, certainly like $9,200 Kawhi Leonard, really like $8,200 Paul George. Just to be clear, though, I like Anthony Edwards more than both of them. Marcus Morris is $3,800. That is a very nice price tag. And then $5,100 Mason Plumlee stands out. Don't play Russ. For Sacramento, not a single priority. Not a single priority, which means we're done. We've made it through. It's 7:28. We're going to run our crunches. Might be like a minute or two later than I wanted to be, but we'll be all right. Before we get to the crunches, however, 1, hit that like button. 2, go sign up at BetMGM while you have the chance. I know we talked about them earlier, but if you click the link in the description or hit that QR code that's on the screen or use the promo code PLATINUMSUB, you can get 1 free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum, which is a bonus, and first bet insurance of up to $1,000. As long as you use that link in the description. You got to be 21 or over. You got to be responsible, folks. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Let's crunch. And then let's get on out of her. Thank you guys for being here for the week. I know it was only 2 days, but man, we are going to come back gangbusters on Friday. Or on Monday, rather. Just going big time. Wow. Anthony Edwards is the only guy that I have projected more than 50 fantasy points on today's slate, and it's barely. And that's on FanDuel. So we'll see where that actually ends up on DraftKings. But really flat slate at the top. So optimals on FanDuel. Oh, yeah, Larry, I might have to go early. We might have to go 6:15. 329.26 for... it also won't be as bad because we'll have a week's worth of data and stuff. This one is sort of still fresh. 329.26, optimal lineup by 0.04. Mike Conley, Drew Holiday, Josh Christopher, Anthony Edwards, Jayshawn Tate, Kyle Anderson, Sabonis, Jabari Smith, and Alperen Şengün. Get yourselves some Rockets. Get yourselves some Wolves. And get yourself some Drew Holiday without Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, power rankings. Yeah, I might be doing a 6:15 start next Friday. Actually, I'm going to be able to go to the gym a little bit later next Friday because I'm not on our strategy show. So I can actually, I'm going to move my gym schedule around and that'll work out for us. Anyway, power rankings on FanDuel. Jabari Smith, Javon Carter, Alperen Şengün, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, Jordan Poole, Drew Holiday, Josh Christopher, Harrison Barnes, Mike Conley. Weird FanDuel slate. Now, let's hop to DK and let us close this bad boy out. Only Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball are north of 50 fantasy points. Good luck figuring out what's good today. Look at all those 40, 42, 42, 42, 43, 44, 44, 44, 45, 45, 46, 46, 46, 47, 47. You can't separate those guys. Salary is massive today, but at the same time, with all the value that we have, play good plays. All right. I accidentally turned randomness on. No, I didn't. Optimals on DraftKings, 295.65. That is 0.43. Mike Conley, Josh Christopher, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, Şengün, Jordan Poole, Jabari Smith, and Mason Plumlee. Obviously, Mason Plumlee. Optimal lineup. Where do they rank in the power rankings? And I barely drank my coffee. Alrighty. Looking like it's going to be Josh Christopher and Anthony Edwards at the top, with Christopher taking the top spot due to salary. Edwards, on the other hand, is going to be the primary pay-up option for me. I assume he's going to be incredibly popular. For some reason, I hope that he's not. Well, not for some reason. I know why I hope that he's not. We got Şengün 3, Jordan Poole 4, Kyle Anderson 5, Jabari Smith, Josh Okogie, DeJounte Murray, Paul George, and Jaden McDaniels rounded out on DK. Guys, we made it. I don't think I left too much on the table for this one, but we made it. We're back for this week. Friday's in the books. I'm off to the gym. Strategy show at 10. Contenders, prize picks, no house advantage, all coming out directly after the strategy show. It's going to be a good one, folks. It is. We're going to have some fun tonight. No deeper dive or live before lock for me, but I'll be in chat. Keep an eye on my Twitter at Josh Engleman. Thank you to BetMGM for being here. I got to get out of here. Peace. I did that too quickly.